Enter the enigmatic realm of the legendary city of Atlantis, a place that has intrigued humanity for centuries. As narrated by the ancient Greek philosopher Plato, this is a tale of an ancient city lost in the depths of the ocean. A story that continues to fascinate and puzzle us. A legend that has stood the test of time. In Plato's work, Critias, Poseidon, the god of the sea, is allotted a portion of the earth just like the other gods. Poseidon was appointed as the ruler of the island of Atlantis, which he transformed into an invincible stronghold that no one could conquer. Poseidon created circular zones of land and sea around the hill that were inaccessible to enemies. The central island was transformed into a bountiful and fertile place with abundant food. Poseidon and Cleito, a beautiful woman from Atlantis, had 10 children divided into 5 pairs of twins. Poseidon named the eldest son Atlanta, and the island and ocean took the name Atlantic from him. The family ruled the island for many generations, expanding their power from the Pillars of Hercules to Egypt and the Tyrrhenian Sea. The ruling family reigned as the most affluent dynasty, with the island serving as a veritable treasure trove of resources. Over time, humans' divine aspect waned, giving way to the mortal element. Consequently, humans began to stray, unable to bear the weight of their wealth. They were consumed by greed to amass more, so Zeus punished them. In Plato's Timaeus dialogue, Critias recounts the story of Atlantis, supposedly told by Egyptian priest to Solon, the well-known Athenian lawmaker. The legend goes that around 9,000 years before Solon's time in the 7th century BC, the ancient Athenians successfully defended themselves against an attack by the mighty island of Atlantis. "We have recorded numerous impressive deeds of Athens and are in awe," the Egyptian priest said to Solon. However, one accomplishment stands out above all others regarding greatness and virtue. According to historical accounts, your city once overcame an invading force that had arrogantly swept through all of Europe and Asia. This force had come from an island near the mouth of the Gibraltar Strait, which you call the Pillars of Hercules. The island was more significant than Asia and Libya combined, and travelers could pass from it to other islands and the opposite bank of the sea. The mouth of the strait contained a port with a narrow entrance, while the other side was an actual sea surrounded by a continent. On Atlantis, kings had established a tremendous and magnificent power that ruled over the entire island, many other islands, and parts of the continent. This power extended from Libya to Egypt and from Europe to Tyrrhenia. The Atlantean forces gathered together in an attempt to enslave all of us, from your people to ours and everyone in between. However, your city and Rome demonstrated their strength and virtue, and after being abandoned by the other Greek states, fought alone and defeated the invaders. They set up a trophy and refused to let those who had never been enslaved become enslaved. Your city also generously freed the rest of us who lived near the Pillars of Hercules. Sadly, terrible earthquakes and floods occurred, and within a day and night of horror, the earth swallowed up your entire army, and the island of Atlantis sank into the sea and was destroyed. As a result, the sea in those areas remains treacherous and unexplored, with the remnants of the sinking island causing shallow mud that poses a constant obstacle. Many scholars speculate that the story of Atlantis, as told by Plato, may have been inspired by the volcanic eruption that destroyed the island of Thera Santorini around 1600 BC. The island's structure closely resembles Plato's description of Atlantis, implying that the myth could be based on a historical event. However, it is also possible that Plato created the myth to highlight the importance of ethical and enlightened city administration, which he also discussed in his work, Politeia, Republic. Another perspective suggests that the myth of Atlantis originated from legends about the destruction of an ancient civilization passed down through generations. Many theorists link the myth of Atlantis' lost city to a technologically advanced civilization destroyed by a natural disaster. Although these theories are speculative, they provide fascinating insights into the origins and fate of Atlantis.